In this lesson, I'll show you a step-by-step approach on how to apply the offset method to find the area of irregular shapes. Before we start answering the question that I've prepared, let's go through a quick introduction. The offset method is a systematic approach for calculating the area of irregular shapes. It involves the initial collection of data along the shape's length using a measuring tool, such as a tape measure or a ruler. The shape is then divided into trapezoids of equal length, and the individual trapezoidal areas are summed to determine the total area. Now, the nice thing about the offset method is that whether you're working in construction or any other trade, if applied correctly, you can find the approximate area of a large or small region relatively fast and with good accuracy. Furthermore, the offset method relies on a calculus-based formula called the trapezoidal rule, and for reference it's shown right here, and we'll be using it shortly. Oftentimes, people confuse the offset method with the trapezoidal rule, although you'll find out throughout this tutorial that they are two different things, but they both need to be used in order to find the area. So the question reads, use the offset method to calculate the area of the plot of land shown below. And notice that this plot of land has been scaled down where every 1 centimeter is equal to 5 feet. Let's break this method down into steps. The very first step requires that you position a horizontal line along the broadest section of the shape. And what we're trying to do here is establish what we call the length line. So visually locate the widest region in the shape and extend a horizontal line from one end to the other. So using a ruler, we find that the length line here is 7.6 centimeters. Now step number 2 is very important because based on what you do here, it will determine how accurate your approximation is at the very end of the calculation. In this step, we will select the desired number of trapezoids to approximate the entire area of the space. Of course, the more trapezoids you use, the more accurate your area approximation will be at the very end, although it requires more work because more measurements will need to be taken. For the sake of simplicity, we will choose 10 trapezoids. So we'll take our offset number of 7.6 centimeters and divide it by 10. Dividing 7.6 centimeters by 10 gives us 0.76 centimeters. And what this means is that every 0.76 centimeters along the length line, we will draw lines that are perpendicular to the length line and that extend to the perimeter of the space. These lines are called the offset lines, and this is where the method gets its name from, the offset method. Now, not only is this number important for accuracy, but it also serves as our common trapezoid height, which we will call h for reference. We'll be using this letter h later on when we apply the trapezoidal rule. The next thing that we must do for step number 3 is to measure the length of each offset line that we formed from step 2, and you should use the exact same measuring tool that you used to measure the length line. Notice that in the illustration shown on your screen, the distance from here to here is 2.82. The distance from here to here is 3.34. From here to here is 3.79, and you get the idea. Just follow along these numbers. Step number 4 involves applying the trapezoidal rule. We've now collected all the data we need, and now we have to apply this data into the formula that you see on your screen. It's important to note that the offset method is an area approximation technique. And this is the reason why we have this symbol, which denotes that the area is approximately equal to what we find. So let's write down A sub t for area total is approximately equal to, we know that h is 0.76 divided by 2, and that gets multiplied to, if you look within the brackets here, the first part are your first and your last observations. Now here's where a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of students make the mistake that this is the first and that is the last observation. So they mistakenly put 2.82 and 2.24 and they sum them up. But in actuality, that's your first offset line. But your first and last observation are at the very beginning of that irregular shape. And as you can see, the length doesn't exist. It's 0. So in this particular case, your first and your last observation will be zeros. 0 plus 0. And all of those measurements within are referred to as your interior observations. Don't forget they all get multiplied by 2. So plus 2 multiply 2, all of those observations summed up, starting with 2.82 all the way to 2.24. Now for simplicity, I've skipped writing out all those numbers, but they do need to be included when you do the calculation. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do this on your calculator. Let's begin by clearing the screen. We'll take 0.76, divide by 2, multiply 2, and in brackets, 0 plus 0 is 0, so we can just ignore this part. And that gets added to 2 times all those interior observations that we had measured earlier. So 2.82 plus 3.34 plus 3.79 all the way to 2.24. Here's what it looks like. And finally, 2.24, close bracket, we end up with the following. So that is our area approximation, 20.8468. And do include all these numbers as we haven't finished calculating yet. So this is what the area of this shape is on paper. 20.8468 centimeters squared. Although if you recall, at the very beginning of the question, we were given a scale factor. Now, not all questions will have a scale factor, but if yours does have a scale factor, you do need to take it into account when you're finding your area in feet squared. So this final step is only applied if a scale factor is given. Because our scale factor has units that are not squared, and we want to find the area in feet squared, what we have to do is square both sides of our scale factor. And what this ends up giving us is 1 centimeter squared is equal to 25 feet squared. 5 to the power of 2 is 25, and feet to the power of 2 is feet squared. So this is an exercise of converting. We have 20.8468 centimeters squared. We will now multiply this to 1 centimeter squared as the denominator and 25 feet squared as the numerator. And you can convert this any way you like. This is my preferred method. The centimeters squared units cancel out. We take the number on our screen, we multiply it by 25, and now we can round our final answer to the nearest tenth or 2 decimal places. It's strictly up to you. So if we decide to round to 2 decimal places, we'll just leave it as 521.17 feet squared. That is the area of our irregular shape using the offset method. If you have any questions of your own, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll gladly help you out. Talk to you all later.